A lot of caring people are getting ready for a big walk to fight pancreatic cancer. That walk is known as Purple Stride. It is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network nationwide. Of course, it's known as PanCan. And this is happening in our neck of the woods in Troy in just under 2 weeks from now, if you can believe it. The American Cancer Society says more than 67,000 Americans will be diagnosed with pancreatic cancer this year alone. And that's more than 184 people every day. Now, today we're raising the voices of two people who will be taking part in Purple Stride in an effort to raise awareness and important funding. And I'm so pleased to be joined now by volunteer coordinator Kathy Mikesell and walker Tim Vietto, who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a little over a year ago. Thank you both so much for being with me today. Many people know that my father and my father-in-law both passed away from pancreatic cancer. So we all are in this club we never wanted to be in, but we're in it together. And I'm so pleased to help raise awareness with the two of you. I think we want to remind people when the event is. So if you're watching right now, you can plan ahead and take part or even donate money. This is going to be happening on April 26th in Troy. Where is it?
It's at the Troy Community Center. It's called the Troy Community Park.
Wonderful. And it's not sold out.
No, you can register up until that day. We register people there, and the village opens at 8:30, and then the opening ceremonies start at 9, and the walk is actually at 10.
I love it. And we want to put up a graphic because a lot of people may understand that pancreatic cancer obviously is cancer in the cells of the pancreas, but a lot of people may not realize where the pancreas is in the body.
Yeah, so the pancreas is located behind the stomach and in front of the spine. So it's really kind of tucked back in there. And that's why it's very hard to detect. And a lot of times pancreatic cancer is found when it's in late stages because it's just hard to detect, and it usually gets, I don't want to say misdiagnosed at first, but it's kind of thought of as something else at first.
And you lost a sister to pancreatic cancer?
Yes, I did. So in 2018, my sister Jackie was diagnosed in January, and then, had surgery. She did not have the Whipple, but she had surgeries and chemo, and then 9 months later.
I'm so sorry.
Yes. So ever since then, we've been involved, and we're, fighting the good fight.
That's right, and keeping her memory alive.
Yes, and our team is Jackie's Joy, and our family and friends have, really stepped up for that over the last 6 years.
Of course they have,
yes.
And so many others. And Tim, thank you so much for coming on as well, because you were diagnosed a little over a year ago. And how did you find it?
So I had, I didn't really have pancreatic symptoms, but I had where I just felt like I was having a heart attack one day, and I took myself to the emergency room, and they ended up diagnosing me with pancreatitis there and admitted me into the hospital. And then they ended up doing the scope where they found the tumor on the head of my pancreas.
Wow. So you listened to your body and you knew something was not right.
Something wasn't right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Something just wasn't feeling right. It was different symptoms than I've ever had. I Googled, of course, and thought it was a heart attack, and just went in because I'm like, I'm not feeling right. So.
Well, and you had the Whipple surgery in October.
In October, yep.
Well, I'm so glad that it went well. A lot of people do wonder about the symptoms of pancreatic cancer. Kathy, what are probably some of the more common symptoms?
Well, I'd say the main symptoms would be jaundice, yellowing of the eyes sometimes, and the skin. Sometimes people have diagnosed with pancreatitis or have had pancreatitis in the past. There could be stomach, abdominal, or even back pain. There's just things that, like you said, listen to your body if things aren't feeling right. But also an early onset of diabetes that might be unexplained, and you hadn't had that in the past.
Right.
So again, just if something doesn't seem right.
What I find interesting, every time I meet someone new who's had their life touched by pancreatic cancer, is that symptoms vary so widely from person to person. My father had unexplained weight loss. And we're like, hey, way to go, Dad. You lost some pounds, that kind of thing. He was really excited about it. And then my father-in-law had blood clots in his legs. So very different experiences. I want you to know how much I appreciate both of you coming on and telling people, raising awareness, and obviously promoting Purple Stride so we can raise that money for research and to further raise awareness across the country. For people who still want to register, how do they do it?
Yes, so you can go online to purplestride.org/Michigan or pancan.org. They're very helpful there. And you can register now. You can create a team, you can join a team, you can donate, or you can just show up that day. And we have people that are there to register you. So.
And both of you will be there.
Yes,
Be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be
yes,
at the
for
volunteer
sure.
booth signing
You'll be
up the
working hard.
volunteers.
Yes.
And you'll be there
I'll
with
be
your
walking
team
with
and
my
walking.
Both of you working hard
Yes.
in your own way.
Yes.
Thank you both so much, Tim. It was a
No, thank you.
pleasure. And Kathy.
And thank you for having us. I meant to say
thank
that in
you
the
very
beginning.
much.
Thank
You
you
know,
so
I'm
much.
a big fan of Pancan.
You are, and we all appreciate that.
You all do wonderful work. So thank you again. Remember, Purple Stride happens Saturday, April 26th at the Torrey Community Park. It's located there at 3179 Livernois. The event opens at 8:30 in the morning that day with the walk starting at 10 a.m. And you can find more information online at pancan.org. Just scroll down to the event headline and click on Michigan.
Well, thank you, Alicia.